Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you the one broker that you should sign up with if you want commission-free trading, fractional shares, global access to all markets, accessible from most countries around the world, and access to all asset class from forex trading, CFD, stocks, bonds, commodities, and ETFs. Is why I'm signing up with Interactive Brokers, because I want to grow my ETF portfolio. So let me run you through the process of opening an Interactive Brokers account. So grab your coffees. Bellissimo. And let's dive right in. So as you know from previous videos, I'm a huge advocate of Revolut trading, especially for Europeans. It's one of the easiest platforms to get started with investing. It's cheap, it's simple, and it's easy to go and buy your first stock. But what happens if you don't live in Europe? So there are a lot of brokers out there that only serve US, Canada, or Europe. But I've been asked from some of you, what about the country where I live? I don't have Revolut or Webull or Robinhood. And that's where Interactive Brokers comes in. That's probably one of the biggest and most established, longest serving online brokers. And as far as I know, probably brokers that serves most of the countries. And for myself, as I've been moving around the world quite a bit, I really look for a broker that doesn't just focus on one particular area of the world. So I think if that's you, then Interactive Broker is probably the best choice for you. Now in the past, I haven't really considered them because they had extremely high fee, monthly fee, and inactivity fee, meaning if you don't trade enough, they would charge you a certain fee. But now with all the neo brokers, meaning the new apps out there, they had to change the business model as well. And that's amazing, and it makes it one of the cheapest brokers out there to buy your shares. And not only that, they recently also introduced fractional shares, which again allows you to buy shares from as little as $5 to $10, which is amazing, especially if you get started. Personally, for me, why I consider it, while I'm extremely happy with Revolut and I'm not planning to change them, and I will continue buying stocks through them, especially individual US growth stocks, I really want to build up my ETF portfolio. I talk about ETFs a lot, exchange traded funds, because I think once you reach a certain portfolio size, I really recommend building up a bigger part into ETFs because they're a more safer way to grow a bigger sized portfolio. It's fun in the beginning to get 20-30% upside on your smaller amounts that you're starting with, but imagine that amount drops by 40-50%. That's a huge drop. And ETFs over time have shown to grow slower, but over 5, 10, 15-year period really outperform many of individual stock pickers. And the bigger my portfolio gets, I just want to diversify some of it into those ETF accounts that mimic certain indexes. But currently a lot of the ETFs are not tradable on some of those neo brokers, and that's why Interactive Brokers is probably your best choice if you want to diversify into ETFs. So here we are on the Interactive Brokers website. Pretty simple. I put the link into the description. You just go on there, and then once again, obviously you have here the various reasons why you should be going with them. Obviously, they have some of the lowest costs, as I mentioned before. They really changed the pricing model. In the past, I wouldn't have recommended them, but now with the new pricing model, it really lowered tremendously. As well, ETFs trading, futures, currencies, options, bonds, funds, those things I don't want to get into. I really just want to focus on ETFs, and they basically offer most of them out there. So let's have a look into the pricing. Again, as I said, in terms of commissions, you can really see here for stocks and options. In the free version, you have basically zero commission under that, and that's pretty cool. So in terms of trading, actually they offer quite a bit. We will focus on the client portal because that's the most simplest. If you're a pro, they have a trader workstation. That's something you can download on your laptop and really have like intraday trading and much more detail, but it can be very overwhelming, super complex, and personally not something I want to get into because I'm not an option trader nor a day trader. I want to invest long term. The prices are pretty much the same you get on the client portal, but a much more simplified overview and interface, which is more appealing and easier to get started. And they also have the mobile app, so in case you're on the go, at the airport, at the coffee store, and feel like buying a share, you can do that from the comfort of your phone as well. So with this, let's click on open an account and click on start the application, obviously. So I'll pull up the user interface. So basically, as anywhere, know your customer, put your details in there. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that, and then jump to the next step. So basically then they send you an email confirmation to my email address. So I'm gonna check it out as well. So let's open over that. So once you confirm your email, basically you're gonna go to select which account type you want. And obviously I want an individual because basically it's just for myself. So I'm gonna choose individual account. Obviously you're gonna choose your legal residence, wherever you live. It will then ask you a few details about you, obviously your savings, etc. And you're gonna pop that in here. All right, so then basically you're gonna confirm your address. That's fine with me. So then you're gonna confirm your account. So then you're just gonna give a bit of background on your investment style, how's your net income, your net worth, what is your liquid net worth, so basically what's available for you to invest, what's your investment objectives. So for them to know what you're planning to do with this account. Obviously, you're going to give a bit of trading experience, so they see how likely are you going to be an options trader or not. So here you're going to pop that in, and basically based on that, they're going to suggest you certain products. It doesn't really matter. I would still be honest and truthful, but in reality, in the end, you can choose what you're going to do with your money and where you're going to invest it. But still take time to go through and basically fill out what you want to do, what you plan to do, and move on to the next step. Do you know why Ireland is a good investment? Because the capital is Dublin. So then basically the last slide is where you're just gonna see all the agreements. Basically that looks a bit intimidating, but don't be scared. I mean, that's just what they have to basically report. That's the international standards. So you can click on each of them and read through. This is just basically showing that you understand the risk you're willing to take, and obviously depending on the markets it shows, for example, I clicked that I want to trade in Hong Kong, possibly, I don't know, but I just clicked it. Obviously I need to see the Hong Kong stock market risk disclosure as well. So the more market you select, the more that will be. All right, so the last step, you just have to send a few documents, obviously, to fund your account, which is fairly simple. If you live within Europe, you can do SEPA payments, wire transfers, basically costs you nothing. It will only take 2 to 8 hours, and the money is from your bank account into the Interactive Brokers account, which is currently based in Germany. So basically within Europe, the money moves super fast, and that shouldn't be an issue at all. If you live outside of Europe, they have other banks in other countries as well. So really wherever you are in the world and Interactive Brokers are supported, wire transfer is the way to go. Super simple, super fast. And then all you have to do is take a coffee, lean back, and wait for your account to be approved. So my account opening request is underway. Usually it takes a couple of hours, but in certain countries it may take up to 4 days. So don't panic if it doesn't go through right away. When I fund my account, I usually do with the smallest possible amount. I put like 10 euros only, just to make sure everything went through smoothly. And if it did, then later on I will send more money that I will use to obviously invest. And that's what I want to leave you with for today. In the next video, I'm actually going to take you through the platform, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to buy my first ETF through Interactive Brokers. Because again, that's the goal why I'm using this platform, to buy a few stocks that are not available on Revolut, because Revolut doesn't carry all the stocks, only the most popular ones. And secondly, and that's most importantly, to really start dollar cost averaging into an ETF, meaning that every month I will take a significant amount of my income and allocate it into the ETF to grow it over time and let it compound. Because over the years, ETF have outperformed so many other asset classes, individual stock pickers, and even professional actively managed funds. With this, guys, I thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao.